Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. People are asking. Inquiring minds want to know.
What kind of thing is this Regenerate Films?
Hank, I've done told you before. Regenerate Films is a non-profit, public benefit corporation. Amplifying voices, engaging youth, making media across the world. I know it's better than what we're doing out here, that's for sure.
That's true.
But are they professional?
Oh, my love, only the finest professionals in all the land. Regenerate Films has a board of directors, and they're all volunteers. Come with me. Come to this magnanimous lab.
Prata om Regenerate Films!
Alltså, Regenerate Films hjälper unga människor att göra viktiga filmer om verkligheten.
Brorsan, Regenerate Films får cash ifrån företag, organisationer och vanliga människor att bo. Regenerate Films, awesome!
That's the basics. But what is it that makes this so-called non-profit different from thousands of others in the country? To understand this, we must look at the past, to the history, to the very origins of this progressive and peculiar organization.
In December of 2001, there was a tragic car accident on Westlake Boulevard where we lost a couple of great kids. And I've been working with, young artists and was approached by some concerned citizens to see if there wasn't anything we couldn't do to empower youth to communicate messages to their peers in order to stem the tide of car crashes, which are the #1 killer of kids, suicide, which is #2, and violence is #3, and those are all very closely interrelated.
The new TV spots are hitting home with many teenagers because they're being produced by teens for other teens.
The potentially life-saving videos these kids are cranking out here at Regenerate are a rewarding and socially responsible track to their future in feature film work.
So we would sit around and go, well, what movie could we make that would serve our mission, but also be a cool picture?
They came up with the concept of the feature film, My Suicide.
What My Suicide taught us is that when we're making public service programming and we're making documentaries on important issues, we can isolate the kernel of a narrative story and turn it into a feature film that will be much more visceral and can get a wider exposure.
So what's in the future for this Regenerate Films?
Why, I heard they're shortening their mission statement to just 2 words. Amplify voices.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means they're going to be tackling bigger media projects, expanding to handle not only youth, but amplifying the voices of the world.
A 2-word mission statement. Who's ever heard of such a thing? Concise, yet expansive, like a fine bouquet of diversity, with a hint of inclusion, and possibly international engagement.
One project that we're currently working on involves the story of the bombing of Nagasaki during World War II. Robert Kier, our friend to Regenerate Films, the American classical composer, and the Japanese poet Kazuaki Tanahashi were commissioned to create a music and vocal performance for the Nagasaki Peace Museum's 60th anniversary project. The documentary follows their journey through creating and performing the project, and we hope that it reaches a large audience with a message of hope and peace.
In spring of 2008, I was lucky enough to be part of a small Regenerate crew which ventured to Nepal for a political documentary titled I Will Find You. It's about the enforced disappearances and the political turmoil that ensued during a 10-year civil war. And we shot over 150 hours worth of footage, even got an interview with the newly elected Prime Minister. Just being a part of that project was extremely eye-opening, and I know that for any future thing that I do, it has to have a mission and be more than just entertainment.
After I came back from Nepal, I was totally inspired. So I made like a little 6-minute piece. It compares the 2 societies, mine and Nepal's.
Regenerate Films has collaborated with the Ventura County AIDS Partnership, the Central Coast United for a Sustainable Economy cause, the Social Justice Fund for Ventura County, and filmed the promotional video for the California Institute of Social Business under the leadership of Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus.
Regenerate Film's mission is to amplify voices. If we can offer young folks tools, mentorship, then Regenerate Films will have played an important role in handing off this troubled world to a much more prepared generation of future leaders.
So every line we sing carries wisdom from the past. Every line we sing carries the feeling of the present moment. Every line we sing carries our hope for our children and their children.
And there you have it.